Hi, this is Brendan Hanley, and this is the video component for my application for the School of Digital Filmmaking. Well, as ever since I was a little kid, I always was in love with stories, storytelling. Either if I was the one listening to the stories or making the stories myself, I was just always into writing stories and watching stories come alive. And my favorite thing as a kid and still to this day was always movies because it always felt like the most powerful way to tell a story, just seeing it visually and come alive, and seeing someone else's imagination come into action, or if it's history coming alive. It's just always been for me just the most incredible way of seeing a story and experiencing a story. And one of my earliest memories is actually seeing the original Toy Story. And I fell in love with that movie as a little kid, and it just completely opened up this world to me of, these toys coming alive, which was a dream of mine. I always loved playing with my toys, and seeing these toys come alive just was amazing. And the movies got to give me that experience, and it stuck with me all of these years. And so as time's gone along, I've just enjoyed more and more telling my own stories in high school. I was really encouraged with the stories that I told, and in my writing class and my English class, and because movies has always been my favorite way of telling stories and watching stories come to life. It's just the area of of storytelling that interests me the most, and the most I've been ministered to and emotionally touched by with stories is through movies. And as time has gone along, and through my times with YWAM doing my DTS and my SOME in Honolulu, my desire to make Jesus known around the world has increased so much more, and I'm so much more passionate in making the teachings and the love of Jesus known to everyone, and through the world, and just how time has gone along and how technology's developed. Movies have become such an amazing way to reach to people, and they're influencing mindsets and emotions and even moral ideas, uh, even more so now than they did ever before. And so I think when we can use that to glorify the kingdom and make Jesus known, I think it could be amazing things. So I want to take this school to learn the skills and just gather the knowledge that is needed to make Jesus, an amazing, center point in my life, in using film as a way of telling his story and making God known. And yeah, just learning the skills and in a godly environment, which is important, and just to really develop my passion more for filmmaking and how I can do it to, glorify God and use it for His work and not just my own. With the things that I learn and experience in this school, I want to put them into action in whatever way I can, whatever way God opens the door to, whether it be through like film, like TV, online videos, documentaries, whatever the case. I just want to really use the skills that I learn and develop, um, and the passions that I develop to make Jesus known, his message is known, his teachings known, and to show his love to so many other people. And I think that film can be definitely used in such amazing ways for that. And so yeah, I want to put what I learned into action. Yes, I am pursuing a career in film. I definitely have a huge interest in the writing directing aspect of it, but basically, I'm really willing to do whatever God wants me to do in that industry. As a Christian, having a role in the film industry is a hard task because often it's a very rough and tempting environment that embraces a lot of wicked things. And so, as a Christian in the film industry, I would love to have a role of just being able to maintain my, godly values, and basically being a missionary of some sort in the film industry while working. But as if I ever get to be, ahead or in charge of projects ever, it would definitely be making films, perhaps writing and directing. I have a huge interest in those things. To create stories or document stories, that'll, basically make movies that Jesus would watch, and at the same time, also movies that glorify Jesus as well. So definitely my heart is in the writing and directing part of film. And as a Christian, I want to be able to give godly messages, of redemption and salvation, forgiveness, and love. And yeah, just making a difference in that way, using film to minister to people who need Jesus. I definitely don't have like a clear favorite director, but if I were to think of two of my top favorite directors, it'd be the Coen brothers, Joel and Ian Coen. And the reason why I say them is they are just incredibly gifted at creating abstract ideas in their films, yet they work so well. Ideas that people, would usually embrace when they're watching a movie. But I think of just like the way they write with their dialogue, the way how they film, the way how they set up, their scenarios and everything. It's very unconventional. I think of a movie like the one they did recently, Inside Llewyn Davis, was a music movie, and the movie doesn't have like a bunch of high and low climactic points. It's basically just a journey that keeps going and going, and there's these strange things that happen along the way that, regularly you would think, well, that's weird, but in the way that they do their movies, it becomes so natural to watch, like the most random things you'll see, but it just feels so natural with the story. And I think that's a pretty incredible skill to have, is that you can tell some outlandish ideas in your films, yet it works, and it makes people think and feel. And back to like Inside Llewyn Davis, is that the movie just is like basically watching someone's life, and the way how they portray it is that, again, there's not these big boom moments, or not these moments that just like, the story goes up or goes down. It's like watching this constant, straightforward story, yet it's so compelling. And I think because they have that ability to, you know make something out of nothing, basically, and make it really, really good, is an admirable thing. So as a storyteller, you want to be able to do that, and make something out of nothing, really. And they go to the points where they, have something so simple and can make it so extraordinary. So as writers and directors, I think they're extremely talented, and I always look forward to their new movie when it comes out, because it's always usually something pretty special and unique and generally unforgettable. I don't have a clear favorite movie, just like I don't have a clear favorite director, but there's two movies that come to mind and I love them for different reasons. One of them is Fight Club. I think Fight Club, just the way how it was made, how it was edited, how it was shot, how it was all done from writing to directing. It was all so fantastic. And it's because of the detail in the film. There's so much detail in it that you can't just watch the movie once and see everything. And so you want to watch it a second time or a third time, you notice these different things that make the movie different. It changes the experience. And that's a pretty incredible thing that, looking at a certain detail can change things. And so Fight Club's always filled with surprises when you watch it. And I think that just goes to show that filmmaking is an amazing tool for storytelling because it could create such amazing potential and things you've never seen before, but also create depth like you've never seen before with stories. So while Fight Club isn't my favorite when it comes to moral, character, I do love it for its technical aspects. It's very impressive in that way. But another movie that means something to me is Spider-Man 2, the one with Tobey Maguire and with Doc Ock as the villain. And it's because it's still my favorite time I've ever had the movies. My dad and I go see every Spider-Man movie on the first day, each one that comes out, a tradition because we love Spider-Man very much. But that one just really got to my heart with the not just the authenticity to the comic books because I'm a big fan of the comic books, but also just the heart of the movie. The characters are so lovable, even the villains lovable. It's just the movie shows so much heart and it's intense and it's got action, and it's got romance, it's got comedy, it's got everything in a movie. And so, not only as a Spider-Man fan do I love that movie very much, but as a movie fan, I love that movie very much. And it's still to me the best time I've ever had at the movies. Yeah, I loved that movie very much. It touches a very special place in my heart.